Hey everybody, Marcos Villegas here in Las Vegas, being joined with Gary Spike O'Sullivan, who fights David Lemeiux this weekend on this Canelo versus Triple G2 card. And first off, Spike, that press conference, man, you had a lot to say about David Lemeiux, and then the face-off, it got pretty intense. Explain to me where these feelings are coming from for David.
It was fun, you know. To me, this press conference was fun. I could sense the fear in Mr. Lemeiux, you know. And I could really sense fear from him. And when I looked at him, and I felt to me, I'm stronger than him. I'm a stronger guy, and he thinks he's the bigger puncher coming into this fight. I sincerely doubt it, you know. And Saturday night, he's going to be in for a hell of a beating.
Where did all this bad blood start from? Is it something that you've always looked at him and be like, I don't like this guy, or is it something as the fight's gone closer, things have kind of heated up because of that?
Well, I didn't even know him really, to be honest, you know. But I was trying to get a fight with him last summer before he fought Billy Joe Saunders, you know, but he wouldn't accept that he fought Saunders instead, which was another big mistake on his part. I suppose he would have lost either fight anyway, you know. But you know, I think since I've been fighting him and I've been looking into him more, you know, he's like a classless guy, you know. I watched his knockout over Curtis Stevens. You know, he didn't show very much respect to Mr. Stevens when he was on the floor, you know. Something I wouldn't do myself, you know. When I've knocked out opponents, I've always waited for them to recover and you know, show respect to they all got families, right? You know, so they're professional fighters like me, and we've all got families, so I got to show respect to my opponent, and I always would, you know. And I thought it was a bit classless, you know. And he said for this fight, he said he's going to try to hurt me permanently. I think that type of talk doesn't belong in the sport, you know. It's a gentleman's sport. You need to, you know, that kind of talk doesn't belong in boxing, you know.
When you were looking at him face to face, did you have to control yourself to kind of not go at him? I always wonder that when things get really intense between two fighters, how close are they to want to actually do something to the guys they're looking at?
Well, to be quite honest, he sent me a tweet last night. I felt like, you know,
what did he send you?
He said something, he's going to smash my big nose. It's the first time I've ever heard I have a big nose, you know. I've never heard.
I got a big nose. My family tells me all the time. I'm known for my schnoz. So I think your nose is good because I think I've.
Not too bad, you know. He said something like that. So I said, look, listen, stop talking shit, you know. So I invited him down to the lobby. You know, if he wanted to have a fight in the fucking lobby, I would have had a fucking fight with him, you know. Even though.
So you straight out told him, meet me in the lobby right now.
Yeah, I would have done it, yeah. If he wanted that, but he said, "Oh, wait, have patience till Saturday night." You know, he kind of bitched out of that, and you know, I seen him in the corridor just a few moments before the press conference, and he started doing some silly shit like this. You know, it took a bit of restraint from me and you know, composure not to give him a few punches, you know. But as I say, I will wait for Saturday night. But when I done the face-off, I didn't really feel like hitting him, no. But I could sense fear in him, you know. I genuinely could sense the fear in him. I could see he's kind of rattling inside, you know.
When you look at not Billy Joe, but he fought Lemeiux. But when you look at Lemeiux as a fighter, and from the Billy Joe fight and the other tune-up fight, you could say that he had, what do you see there that's left of him? And do you feel that he's still the same fighter, or do you feel that he's on the slide? Do you feel that he's the shadow once he was, or do you feel that he's still in his moment right now?
I think he's on the slide. He's on the way down, you know. His tune-up fight, he wasn't very impressive. He was embarrassed by Billy Joe Saunders. But prior to that as well, you know, that fight against Marc Antonio Rubio, you know, I watched a lot of Lemeiux fights because I'm going to fight him, obviously. You know, he quit in that fight, you know. He's got a lot of faults, you know. He got outboxed by Saunders, you know, and he wasn't very impressive in his last fight. I don't even know that guy's name. No disrespect to that guy. I'm not sure what his name was, but you know, I seen clips of that and it looks sloppy, you know. I think he's done, and I think he should have retired now, you know. But I think he's here for another paycheck, you know. But I think realistically, I think this is going to be the end of his career.
How long do you see the fight going? Because a lot of fans feel that this could be the fight of the night. They don't expect it for going too long. But you personally, how do you think how long it will go?
I think he's got a reasonably good chin, you know. He has fought Golovkin and all that. You know, he hasn't been knocked down by getting chinned on the chin. You know, he's got a good chin, but I think he's a quitter. You know, and just how long his heart lasts, and there it's gonna. It's hard to know. It mightn't last that long because you know, I think he knows he's on the way out anyway. I think he's here for the money, you know.
You in the middleweight division, we got middleweights in the main event, and this will be a two-part question. First off, how do you see the main event between Canelo and Triple G? Who do you have? And how soon do you feel that you'll be ready to face those two, or do you think you're already there?
I'm ready right now for anybody in the middleweight division. You know, I'm a top-class athlete. I train all the time. I train probably 7 days a week, 6 at least, and I gave up booze. I don't booze at all. I haven't boozed in 7 months, and I eat really healthy. I'm like a proper athlete for this past 2 years, you know. So there's a new spike from the night I lost to Chris Eubank Jr. I rejuvenated my career. I came back. I thought I mightn't come back because I got a bursted eardrum in that fight, and it was actually the third time in my career I had a bursted eardrum, you know. And so I thought that I might be done with boxing, but I seen the experts. They assured me there was no problem. It was just bad luck. So I decided to give it a go again. And whilst I was, you know, after that fight, I was contemplating retirement because, you know, of the year I thought going away for training camp was a big commitment of being away from my family, and you know, I thought it wasn't worth doing it if my eardrum was weak, you know. So I had a lot of time to think while I was out waiting for the clearance of my ear, and I would have retired with regrets at that point because I didn't never train as hard as I should have done. You know, I always only gave it like 70% of my capabilities, you know, through diet and not going to the gym as much as I should have. But it hurt, and I thought I might be retired, and I thought, bloody hell, I should have tried harder, you know. So I got the clearance from here, and I got to come back, and I thought this time I'm going to give it everything I got, and I have been, and I've been better than ever, like, you know, and I feel better than ever. My weight is better, you know. It's been I'm a different spike, you know, and I feel I'm ready to become the middleweight champion of the world.
Canelo, Triple G, how do you see it?
I don't know. They're both great fighters, of course. Obviously, you know, very, very good fighters. It's hard to call. It's very hard to call. You know, you just don't know what you don't know what they're both.
The dynamics, like how they're going to be, like you don't know speed, power.
I don't know. I've seen a comment that Triple G is lighter than ever. Kind of looks lighter. That he might have worked on his cardio a bit more. He might be going to throw more volume, maybe. But Canelo always has a lot of volume himself. It's going to be a great fight. You know, the fans are going to win. I'm going to look forward to it myself. I'll be back after my shower. I'll be back down sitting ringside and watching it. I can't wait to see it.
And on a last note, how long does it take to do the mustache? You wake up and it looks like that? Like I was born like this? Like
pretty much. It's kind of trained to grow like that now, if you like. You know, I've had it for 3 years now. You know, so yeah, just a little whip of wax in the morning, and it's good.
Feel blessed you can grow a mustache, my man. I cannot grow a mustache for the life of me.
You gotta believe.
No, I can't. It's in my genetics. It comes out all patchy. It sucks.
I know you got it going on there, man. It doesn't look too bad.
It's patchy. It doesn't grow thick. It's terrible. I dream of having facial hair like that.
I'll cut it off, glue it together, and give it to you.
I'll give some of my head here, and there we'll change spots.
Swap. Yeah.
Spike, as always, man, looking good, looking fly.
Likewise.
Appreciate it. Spike O'Sullivan fights David Lemieux this weekend at the T-Mobile Arena on this Canelo versus Triple G Part 2 card.